All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever, and I mean ever, felt like you're fighting with your AI, then this is for you. We're going to build a really simple but incredibly powerful tool called an AI system header. I call the technique the driver mode protocol, and it's all about helping you finally take back the wheel.
So, does this look familiar? You've got a simple task in your head, right? But getting your AI to actually do it feels less like a conversation and more like you're wrestling a bear for the steering wheel. You're constantly correcting it, trying to steer it back on course. And look, it's a super common feeling.
You know the deal. You ask it for some code, and you get a whole lecture on the history of programming. You ask for a tiny little edit, and it decides to rewrite your entire masterpiece. Or my favorite, you ask it to just be brief, and it just keeps chatting. These little battles can turn this amazing tool into a total chore.
But here's the thing, and this is the key insight. This isn't really an AI problem. It's a process problem. You're trying to yank the steering wheel mid-journey when you never actually told the car where you wanted to go in the first place. You didn't set the autopilot before you even pulled out of the driveway.
So, what's the fix? Well, we need to engage what I call driver mode. This is all about setting the rules of the road for our AI before the conversation even gets started.
And the tool we use for this is the system header. Now, I want you to think of this like a boot sequence for a computer. It's just a structured block of text that you paste at the very beginning of a chat. And its whole job is to tell the AI exactly what it is and how it should behave, by defining its role, its mode of thinking, and the specific rules it has to follow.
And wow, just look at the difference this makes. On the left, that's the before. It's that chaotic back and forth, fighting with the AI, prompt after prompt. But on the right, that's driver mode. One clean, direct prompt gets you the perfect output, because the operating system was already installed. Okay, so how do we actually build this AI operating system? It's way easier than it sounds. It's a simple 5-step protocol. Let's just walk through it together right now.
Here's the whole roadmap. First, we define its role, its identity. Then, its mode, which is how it should think. Third, we set the tone, its voice. Fourth is the dictionary, where we lay down some hard rules. And finally, and this is maybe the most important step of all, the handshake.
Okay, step 1, define the role. And specificity is everything here. Don't just say writer. That's way too vague. Instead, you want to get really precise, like role, senior technical copywriter. This basically tells the AI which specific part of its massive brain to use for the job.
Now, building right on top of that, we have step 2, defining the mode. This isn't about what the AI does, it's about how it thinks. For example, you can lock it into a very specific way of thinking, like mode critic_only. You're explicitly telling it, hey, don't generate anything new. Your only job is to analyze.
Step 3 is all about the voice. How do you want the output to actually sound? With the tone command, you can be super direct. An instruction like tone, minimalist, high signal, no fluff is amazing. It just cuts out all that friendly, fluffy chatter and gets right to the point.
Now this is where it gets really interesting. You can set hard constraints. Step 4 is the dictionary. Here, you can enforce formatting rules, like always use Markdown. Or, and this is great, you can forbid specific words. Are you sick of seeing the word delve in every single AI output? Well, you can literally program it out of the AI's vocabulary for this entire session.
And that brings us to step 5, the handshake. Honestly, this is the secret sauce of the whole protocol. You finish your header with a simple command that forces the AI to confirm that it has read, understood, and basically installed all your rules before it does anything else. The command is simply acknowledge_and_wait. So, let's see how this all comes together in a real example. See here? We have our role, senior dev. We have our tone, pragmatic. And notice that constraint, code only. That's our dictionary step in action, setting a really hard rule. And then it all gets wrapped up with that crucial handshake command. This entire block is now a reusable copy and paste tool you can use for precision control.
So we've seen how to build it, which is pretty straightforward, but now I want to talk about why this protocol is so incredibly effective. What's actually happening under the hood?
And here it is. This is the big aha moment. You're not just giving the AI a laundry list of instructions, you are installing a complete session-specific operating system. By putting all those rules right at the top, you're loading its temporary memory, its context window, with a permanent set of priorities. So every single prompt you give it from now on gets processed through the lens of this new OS.
Okay, but I really want to focus on that final step for a second. Why is that handshake, that acknowledge and wait command, why is it so important? Well, it's because it forces a very specific sequence of events. It basically tells the AI, first, stop everything else and just read these rules. Second, confirm back to me that you understand them. And third, and this is key, wait for my first real command. That simple command ensures the software is fully installed and running before you try to do any work.
All right, let's bring this all home. I want to give you a few key takeaways that you can start using, like, today. Here are the 3 most important things to remember. Number 1, always boot the OS before you drive. That means pasting that header in first before anything else. 2, be explicit, don't be vague. Clearly define the role, the mode, and the tone. And 3, never, ever forget the handshake. Always end your header with that confirmation command. So that really just leaves us with one final question. Now that you have the protocol, the recipe to build any specialized expert you need, whether it's a senior coder, a marketing genius, a minimalist editor, what expert are you going to build first? If you want to go even deeper on this and other concepts like it, the source material for this explainer, Simplified Technical Programming, is available on Gumroad. I really hope this helps you get more out of your AI. Thanks for watching.